What's going on, rock stars? Blue Rocker Guitars coming at you. Yes, I know, still using the cheesy cell phone video. But it's been a while, probably 6-7 days now. Obviously, not going to make the deadline. But try and keep you up to speed. I've just been really busy with my other company, and unfortunately, building a whole new spray booth. Well, it's not unfortunate. It's actually kind of cool building a whole new spray booth. It took a little longer than I thought it would, but going to post a video of that probably this week sometime. So, just kind of catch you up on what we've done. I keep wanting to do things. That's kind of me. So, regular volume knob. You guys know what a regular volume knob looks like, right? Or a tone knob or any of that jazz. And, let's see. Let me pull one out here. You guys seen these things, right? Of course you have. Now, these are okay, but just not fitting enough for this bad boy. And I did a custom one. Thought it was kind of cool. This is aluminum. And then there's a jewelry guy that does these things. That's a friend of mine. So I told him this is kind of what I was looking for. Something that's, piratey to some degree. But, I've done this knob before, and I didn't think that it was fitting for this build. So, yeah. So, I thought this might be. So this isn't a knob that you can purchase. This is just, a ship wheel. And I thought, well, that's very much goes with the theme. It's pirates, vampires, and ship stuff. So, yeah. So I had to make this a knob. That was a little more difficult than I thought, being that it's some kind of molded plastic. And then finding the right size. They sell different things that look like this. So then, had to turn it into a knob. So we had to dial in the back area, and then I had to fix a screw in there so it actually work. And that's not exactly easy to do, let's say. Especially this is made out of some kind of soft plastic. It tends to not cut well at all. So I had a tap and die kit, and I managed, just going really slow, to put grooves in here so I could do my set screw. So it would work, and it actually works. So now I got to custom paint this, which, that will be cool, I think. I think that's more fitting than a regular, one of these. And this is kind of cool, but I don't think it's fitting enough. I think it's cool, but I used this before, a little different, but still the same. So I thought I would add some more sea stuff, and my mind keeps working, man. That's the thing. So this is cool. And I thought it'd be even cooler somewhere on the back, maybe the front. Actually, probably the front. Sunk in somehow and lit up. Yeah, that might be cool. Because you know me. Maybe you don't know me, but if you do know some of my builds, I like to light things up because, especially unique things like this. This is actually handcrafted, real brass. I bought this, I don't know when, not long ago, but you kind of forget things you have. I forgot where I got it, but it was just really cool piece. This is the old, back in the day, this is what you wore when you went diving. Yeah, all right then, kind of cool. Compasses are cool. Found one of these things that I make that crazy looking. And the input jack. Well, took one of the coins, made an input jack, but it's not long enough, unfortunately. Since I cut this out, This is the other piece, so I obviously had to, thicken it up a little bit, because when you cut, unfortunately, with that saw, you leave a decent gap. So I had to smooth everything out, and then thicken this piece up, which I did with some flame maple, because why not? And now that's actually the correct height. So I've got to trim that out, and then sink in some magnets, and put a couple magnets here, and so this will just slide off. And hopefully I do it really good enough. Well, not really good enough. Like, yeah, I'll do an excellent job. Yeah, because why not? All right. So if I do it just right, because I've done the magnet things before here and there, but sometimes they don't work as well as you think they do, or sometimes they work a little too well, and then you can't get the thing off. So it's like, damn, it's stuck. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We did some carving on the back here, doing the shiplap. I got to go back in and do the screw sets, like those. And then we're going to add probably this bad boy, light them up to the front of the guitar. I'm waiting on a longer jack that I ordered. Unfortunately, because of all the stuff that's going on, things getting shipped out, it seems to be a slow process. I order from a couple different companies, and believe it or not, they were out of this jack. Now I have this jack, but obviously it's not brass, and I did want brass. I think brass goes a lot better in terms of the theme, because everything else hardware related is gold or brass. So yeah, kind of want the hardware to match. Even though I could do a mix match, I didn't think it would be appropriate enough, or cool enough, or what I'm saying, man. Yeah, you get it. So yeah, so we did some more things I'm going to add to it now. It's a process, I guess, for me. It's why I said deadlines are, they kind of suck sometimes. So the deadline was the 17th. Obviously, I'm not going to meet that deadline. But for me, it's all about getting what I want in my head out in a way that I think would be the best, the best I can do with the current build. I also have a book. I'm sure you guys seen the Pirates of the Caribbean and those movies, and they have this book called The Code. Yeah, so I'm working on, in the background, I'm not going to show it, The Code for the guitar. So it's kind of a book that describes the process, what I'm thinking, how I'm going about it, things that I like to do, how some of this came about, which is, I still think that's pretty freaking cool. Because, it's just fun for me. So, the barnacles and, things like that, and custom knobs. Oh, yeah. The other octopus, unfortunately, he didn't work out the way I was thinking. This one is somebody's art. I don't know who, but I love the tentacles. The tentacles are very, very cool. So I think we're going to add some of these tentacles. Now, normally I would, handcraft this out of wood myself, but I'm trying to save a little time. And these may work, they may not, but I picked it up on Etsy, I believe, and somebody makes those things, and they're kind of cool. So I thought I would add that, and I need to save the name of the artist, maybe add it to the log. All the people that did, I actually don't know the person that did this, but yeah, it is cool. And I thought at first it looked like it was wood, but it's not wood. It's some kind of plastic type thing that's very hard to manipulate. But I managed to do that because I have really sharp tools. So sharp tools help. So that's kind of where we're at. I know I'm not as far as along as maybe I would like to be, or maybe other people out there would like me to be. So it just, for me, this is an evolving project, and I hope to get a lot of it done this weekend. You know, the pickup cavity was, I was just going to cut a regular cavity, and then I thought that that's just not good enough. I wanted to be more on the edge of the creativity side, and so, you know, a cavity like that you can't see, I think is great. So, you know, it's things like that that really separate, you know, a regular build from a total custom build. So, you know, in my thoughts, and I think this guitar, how it's kind of come about, is, you know, is in need of that separation. You know, just having a regular pickup cavity, in my opinion, or electronic cavity, in my opinion, just wouldn't do it justice. So that's kind of where we're at. I know we're not too far along, but I am still waiting on parts. Unfortunately, this should be here today. I bought it a week and a half ago. And I know you can get some of these things like on Amazon, and they get sent out pretty quick, but some of the ones on Amazon suck. So, I mean, no offense to Amazon by any means, but yeah, some of the stuff on there, it looks, you know, it looks really cool, but you get it and it's like, okay, so that's not really cool. So I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to use, you know, a manufacturer that I knew that was going to give me quality, and there's a couple of them out there that really do quality work. Switchcraft is one of them, and that's kind of what I'm waiting on. And sometimes, you know, you can't find what you're looking for, you know, right away. So there's that too. I ordered, I'll give you an example. So I did order a metal one of these that I thought was going to be that size, and kind of that's what I got. And I thought, hey, that's cool. Not so much. It's just a wee bit smaller. Yeah, so you can't really use that as a volume knob. Maybe a top of a switch or something, or I don't know. I could put that somewhere, but yeah, you know, it's not as cool as this. This was, you know, a custom mold a guy actually did. That's on one of these web pages that I saw, and I was just like, oh man, that could be cool, but yeah, wasn't meant to be a knob, but now it's a knob. Yeah, so bear with me. I hope this will be freaking ultimate, and that's what I'm going for, like the ultimate. Yeah, so, but yeah, not gonna make the deadline. Obviously, today's the 20th, so we're still not done, and you know, still messing around with things on the neck, like, you know, getting this all dialed in to look like it was, you know, sheared off, broken like a ship. Yeah, you know, because that's what it's supposed to be. Oh, and by the way, I know that I've had several comments, and believe me, I understand what you're saying, and when you think bending strings and you know, my string's gonna get caught in there. Well, I mean, you would think that can happen, and I mean, it could, maybe. I don't know. I've seen this done before, and it's not the first time this has been done, but it's the first time I've done it. Well, actually, second time I've done it. I have another build that I'm working on in the background, which is another pirate theme thingy. So, yeah, I understand that, but, you know, I mean, if you're a really, 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 really hard player and you dig your string into your fingerboard, then, yeah, the possibility might be there. Yeah, you might be able to, you know, get a little hung there. Maybe, maybe not. The company that, well, not a company, it was maybe a main artist that worked for a company that did something similar to this. and no issues. So, I do think about playability when I build a guitar. But I also try to add as much artistry as possible, add my own creative touches. So, yeah, sometimes I'll lean a little more on the creative end, than the playability maybe. But the playability is very important, so I have to consider that as well. So, a lot of thought goes into, building a fingerboard with gouges. Because, yeah, I don't want you to suffer in your playing or make it difficult. But, yeah, proof is in the final video when I actually play the thing for you and show you how well it works. So there is that. And I appreciate the comments, definitely. Especially the gentleman I was talking to that was mainly concerned about that. And he's in disbelief, and that's okay. I want you to be commenting on these things and bringing these things to my attention because I think that's very important. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking on my end. And then, we can share some information and share some knowledge. It's kind of what it's all about, right? So I think this will be just fine. I'm pretty sure it will be. So I'm not worried about it. But you may be, and that's okay. That's totally fine. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And I still got a lot of work to do. I'm basically taking off the weekend to accomplish a lot of things. My other business is a little busy, so I have to pay attention to that because that kind of pays for this stuff. So, one business kind of pays for the other one until the other one can pay for itself, so to speak. And, there's a lot more tellies and strats, being sold than stuff like this. Because, there's a lot of people that would feel this is a little too flashy or, not their speed. They'd really, on stage, they might feel more comfortable with a basic Telecaster with a cool little paint job or, something like that, or a cool little Strat, something like that. And that's great, man. It's all about the music. It's all about playing. I mean, really, that's really what, building is really about is getting out there and sharing your music with the world. And that's a really cool thing. I'm like 100% for that. So, I just like to do things a little more on the extreme side, as you can tell. So, yeah, so there's that. So, I got my workbench full of stuff here and, more thoughts and ideas, of course, and unique things to come. So, yeah, I think it's unique. You may not think it's unique, but that's okay. This is something that I've been thinking about for a while, and when you do stuff, sometimes it changes. And this has changed. This has kind of taken on a life of its own, but hopefully it'll be awesome. And that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for freaking awesome. Yeah. And there's a lot of awesome builds I'm seeing. I wish I could sit there and watch all of them, but I kind of got to finish this. And then when I get this done, I'll go back and watch some of these other builds that I really want to see, finished. So, yeah. I guess that concludes this video, and keep rocking, man. Remember to like and subscribe, add more comments, tell me what you think about my knob. That sounded a little odd. But yeah, so, I'm sure I'm going to get some interesting comments. Maybe not, but who knows. But yeah, just tell me what your thoughts are so far. And yeah, sorry I didn't make the deadline, but I don't want to rush it, man. I just really don't want to rush it. And I was thinking I was rushing it because I was not doing the cavity how I think it should be done. Just to meet a deadline, I was going to cut this and do that. And I'm like, nah, I need more time to complete, this build. If I did this, every day for a living, then, well, I do. I mean, I don't do it every day, but I do this, it is an actual company, it is an actual job. But, I didn't, I'm building this just for my own pleasure, basically. And I want it to be incredibly awesome. So, yeah, it's going to take a little more time to achieve that. So, yeah, that's where we're at. All right, I'm done rambling. You're probably done looking at this. But all right, hopefully I have some more stuff coming to you on Monday or Tuesday of this next week and show you what I've accomplished over the weekend. And we'll go from there, man. Like and subscribe and keep rocking. All right, man. See ya.